Hare Krishna everyone, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. So I was requested by His Holiness Avadhoot Maharaj to make an offering of my Guru Maharaj, today being his 83rd Vyasa Puja appearance day. I have never made this offering before, and I was doubtful whether to do it or not, but since Maharaj asked me, I meditated on it, and during japa this morning I had some inspiration, some strong confirmation in my heart that I should do something. So I'm going to try and just speak what comes to my heart. Some thoughts did come to my heart this morning, and I wrote about them as a preliminary offering that I shared earlier. You can read it on my Facebook page. Jai Srila Sripad Maharaj Gurudev ki Jai. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakanti Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakanti Sadma Bandho Savandhana Mate Bandho Savandhana Bandho Savandhana Mate Bandho Savandhana Mate Jahara Prasade Bhai Bhavaturiya Jai Jahara Prasade Bhai Bhavaturiya Jai Krishna Prati Hoy Hoy Krishna Prati Hoy Hoy Krishna Prati Hoy Hoy Krishna Prati Hoy Hoy Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Kori Ho Mane Asha Kori Ho Mane Asha Narana Kori Ho Mane Asha Narana Kori Ho Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Je Prasade Pure Sarva Asha 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 Chakhudan dilo de janme janme Prabhu se Chakhudan dilo de जन्म जन्म प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो, दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो। प्रेम भक्ति जाए अविद्या विनाश जाते, प्रेम भक्ति जाए अविद्या विनाश जाते। वेदे गाय जहर चरितो, वेदे गाय जहर चरितो, वेदे गाय जहर चरितो, वेदे गाय जहर चरितो। श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आधम जनर बंधु, श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आधम जनर बंधु। लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवन, लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवन, लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवन, लोकेर जीवन। प्रभु गुरुदया देहो मोरे पादचाया, प्रभु गुरुदया देहो मोरे पादचाया, प्रभु गुरुदया देहो मोरे पादचाया, प्रभु गुरुदया देहो मोरे पादचाया। एबेजान सुशुक्रि भुवन, एबेजान सुशुक्रि भुवन, एबेजान सुशुक्रि भुवन, एबेजान सुशुक्रि भुवन। जय गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा, गुरुदेवा श्रीपाद गुरुदेवा, श्रीपाद महाराज गुरुदेवा, जय श्रीपाद महाराज गुरुदेवा, श्रीपाद महाराज गुरुदेव, 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 नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिस्वरूप दामोदर स्वामी नामे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिस्वरूपं दामोदर स्वामी नामिने। कृष्ण प्रेषाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेषाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमस्ते सारस्वते गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jivan Gopala Bhatta Dasan Raghunatha Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jivan Gopala Bhatta Dasan Raghunatha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayante Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Name Gaudatvishe Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Name Gaudatvishe Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktan Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktan Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktan Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktan Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Hari Bol Hari Bol Sagara Hari Bol Sagara Hari Bol Hari Bol Sagara Hari Bol Jaya Virupa Sanatana Bhattara Gunata Sri Jiva Gopala Bhattara Sargunata Virupa Sanatana Bhattara Gunata Sri Jiva Gopala Bhattara Sargunata Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Patita Pavana Prabhupada Jaya Patita Pavana Prabhupada Jaya Patita Pavana Prabhupada Jaya Patita Pavana Prabhupada Jaya Sripad Maharaj Jaya Gurudeva Sripad Maharaj Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Sripad Maharaj Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Sripad Maharaj Jaya Gurudeva Gurudev 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 Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Sripad Maharaj's Guru Puja ki Jai, Shri Guru Vandana ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana ki Jai, Hai Gaur Premanande. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acarya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Bhaktisvarupa Damodara Swami Sripad Maharaj Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acarya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Abhaya Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acarya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vranda ki Jai. ISKCON BBT BI Founder Acharya His Divine Grace Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Shri Srishad Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Mathura Dham ki Jai. Mayapur Dham ki Jai. Navadvip Dham ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Dwarkapuri Dham ki Jai. Ganga Mai ki Jai. Yamuna Mai ki Jai. Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Maharani ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtana Yajna ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtana Yajna ki Jai Harinam Sankirtana Mahayajna ki Jai Gaur Pramanand. Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories. Hare Krishna. Sorry, we disappeared. I don't know, is it on live or not? Seems to be live still. My laptop sort of shut down. Never mind, it's still there. Look. Oh, Govinda. So, I have never been a good disciple. I never made any Vyasa Puja offerings for Srila Sripad. I don't think I know him well enough to really say anything. And, what can we say? All I know is that he went out of his way to show kindness to me. And when I suspected that some people were, it was hard to say it for myself, but I suspected some people were envious and were actually out to destroy me. He came into my life, Krishna sent him, and eventually he told me straight in my face, these people are out to destroy you. Stop trying to make friends with them. They will drive you around in circles. And he kept coming. Some noises there. Give me a moment. Sorry, another phone call, so many interruptions. I'll just have to ignore it. I don't know if you all can hear me, but anyway, let me try to just glorify. Let me pray to Gurudev first. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisvarupa Damodara Swami Namani. Namo Sadbhaktamanaye Manipurodhavaya Cha Prabhupada Sadhyani Prachara Niratayate. Om Ajnanaatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Chaitanya-manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swami Rupam Padam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutabhadkamam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Sujeevam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Yes, so His Holiness Avadhoot Maharaj asked me to make some offering glorifying my Guru Maharaj, and well, of course, it's not possible for somebody who's so impure and proud and whatever bad qualities I have to glorify somebody so saintly and pure as Srila Prabhupada Maharaj. Somehow or other he was very kind to this proud and foolish person. But never mind, since His Holiness Avadhoot Maharaj asked me to, then I meditated on it, and some thoughts did come to my mind, and I felt a confirmation in my heart that I should try to make this Vyasa Puja offering. Maharaj, thank you. You're very kind to me. And the thoughts that came to my mind when I was contemplating your request was, oh, it is so nice to see somebody who happens to be a god brother of my Guru Maharaj, who is not at all envious of him. I mean, it's not his fault that he was born with such divine qualities. Everybody who knew him loved him. Even his school teachers were glorifying him, I remember. And everyone loved him. Like whenever he entered Manipur, the chief minister would come running to see him. The terrorists would come running to see him. Everybody wanted to see him. And he always wanted to smile and be kind to everyone. He wanted everyone to immediately be happy, never to hurt anyone. Something may be wrong, but if you say it in a way that might cause pain to the other person, even if it's his enemy, he will not let it go through. No, he'll say, think 10 times, think 100 times, think 1,000 times. Don't hurt anyone. Well, I have a bit of this Kshatriya blood in me, maybe because my father is like Kshatriya nature. But I actually asked Maharaj, bless me to give up teaching and give up this Brahminical nature and let me become Kshatriya. Because all your genuine disciples who are very qualified preachers, they are all sitting in corners, rotting here and there, neglected. They are of no use to ISKCON because they are not good in selling life memberships. But they are maybe very good in practicing Krishna consciousness and very good in preaching it. And actually the truth is, when educated people preach in this world, it makes a difference, because the university has become the cesspool for poisoning and killing all the morality, what to speak of spirituality, of all the students who go to it. Prabhupada's mission, if you look at it from a macro point of view, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur started writing books about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in English, and he sent it to the universities all over the world. Prabhupada's disciples found the first copy of the Life and Precepts of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in McGill University, which Bhaktivinoda Thakur had sent there in the year 1896. The very year of Srila Prabhupada's birth. What did Prabhupada's Guru, well, what did Bhaktivinoda Thakur pray for? He prayed, send me an Acarya, a son. Please, Jagannath, send me a son who will be capable to be a Vaishnava Acharya. And Jagannath did, sent him Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. So now the Acharya came, he did his thing, he set up the standards, how things should be done, he implemented all the songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and also the predecessor Acharyas like Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who have written Samsara Dava, and so many things were all beautifully put together and showed this is how you can worship the Lord. But Prabhupada's Guru then gave him this instruction, which was what? If you ever get money, write books. Oh, how gloriously he fulfilled that instruction. Did he not? Can anyone be a better book publisher, book writer, book distributor than Srila Prabhupada? Srila Prabhupada used to carry a stock of the little booklet called The Scientific Basis of Krishna Consciousness, written by his disciple, our beloved Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisvarupa Damodara Swami Sripad Maharaj, known as Dr. P.D. Singh, in that famous book, Life Comes from Life. The Prabhupada would carry that book with him, and Prabhupada would distribute Sripad Maharaj's book called The Scientific Basis of Krishna Consciousness. Is that a small thing? Is it? That Prabhupada would carry his disciples' books along with him and distribute them, especially to VIPs that he met. Please read this book, www.bit.ly. The link is in the description, bit.ly/bi-legacy3b, lowercase, bi-legacy3b. It's a small booklet, maybe 18 pages, written by Srila Sripad Maharaj. Then Srila Prabhupada said in a very, very dramatic moment, the biggest drama in Prabhupada's life might well have been that incident, or not incident, the whole years of incidents regarding getting the land for Radha Rasbihari, fighting with Mr. N. Then after that, struggling to get the construction completed before he left this world. And Srila Prabhupada was finally ready to enter the temple, but the construction was still going on. He was not happy. And 2 times in that period, he said, it's recorded in this book, this 18-page book. Prabhupada said, oh, I'm ready to close down this whole complex, this whole Juhu complex. It was just about to be opened. So, change the whole thing to BI. This one, we'll build another temple for this one. Can you imagine how much envy that evoked from the hearts of the people who wanted to be the owners and the controllers of Juhu complex? Ishvara Maham Bhogi. I collected the money. How can Prabhupada give it away? I built this building. You built this building, Tamal. You tried to give it up against Prabhupada's orders. Then when finally Prabhupada occupied his room, he entered. Oh, he was very angry when he arrived that day. And then the lift failed. Then on the palanquin, all these fearful disciples carried him up the stairs. And when he entered and saw his beautiful rooms were finally ready, really his Bombay temple rooms in the Prabhupada Tower, I think on the 5th floor, extremely beautiful. And I think even till today, with such devotion, his disciples maintain it. I heard from His Holiness Mahavishnu Maharaj that Prabhupada had once said, these red walls of the temple, this building, that is my flesh and blood, and the white marble, that is my bones. And he showed his glory. Well, Krishna showed his glories, Prabhupada's glories in Bombay. Wow, and if Krishna didn't show, then it would have been so hard for Prabhupada to really establish this worldwide mission, but with what force, what purity. Then at that glorious moment when he finally entered, and then everyone sang Kirtan, you can imagine how frightened people feel when Prabhupada is ferociously angry. It happens sometimes. Then after that he calmed down naturally with the Kirtan. And he was feeling nothing but deep gratitude to all these young hippies who had given up their lives, their youth, to come and struggle. Some even got beaten up. Even Matajis got dragged by their hair by the Gundas who came to break the temporary temple before the construction started. And now, gloriously, he has entered the building, he sang Kirtan, and when he finished the Kirtan, He thanked them profusely, and then in front of everyone, in front of all these ecstatic devotees, who were so happy that they finally succeeded in letting Prabhupada occupy his own rooms on that Juhu land. He turned to my Guru Maharaj, the Sripad Maharaj, and said, "Now the next phase of my mission, it is yours." And he was so pleased with the science conference that had been held just a few days before that. And then he said that I am ready to give you unlimited funding. So you can do the science preaching. I'm ready to close down this complex and turn the whole thing into VI. Then he asked, in front of everyone, how much money shall I give you every month? Oh, please, if any of you are still alive, those who were in that room that day, please write about this incident. Can you imagine? He never got a single penny. Cheated by Tamal. Tamal was sitting there. He's typed those 3 letters on that day. Check it out in database. 2nd of April 1977. Or in our group, in our this page book list, bit.ly/bookchanges27. You can find 3 links, 19, 19A, 19B, to the 3 letters. So Prabhupada said, I'm ready to give you unlimited money to continue your science preaching. How much do you want? And then Sripad Maharaj answered him, Prabhupada, I am not a good manager. I don't know anything about these things. Please, why don't you ask Tamal Maharaj? He's there and he's sitting there. Tamal was just next to Prabhupada. He said, he knows he's a good manager. Please ask him. So Prabhupada turned to Tamal, how much shall I give him every month? And what did Tamal Krishna say? He said, $10,000. And Prabhupada said, 10,000 unlimited, as much as he wants, at least 10,000. Then Prabhupada said, I will send you that money every month and you give your accounts in return. Then he wrote these 3 letters to 3 different BBT leaders. Rameshwara was one of them, and other 2 you can see. And he wrote in the letter, this money must never be touched for any other purpose. It must be given to Swarup Damodara Das. It's written in the 3 letters, this money, 10,000 years, or as much as he needs, must be given to Swarup Damodara Das. They never gave once 10 cents. I wouldn't have been surprised if they gave for 1 or 2 months, and then, after November when Prabhupada passed away, this was in April 77, and maybe then they stopped and, in Prabhupada's presence, the person who typed that letter, the person who spoke the amount, $10,000, Tamal, as if he doesn't know that this money should be given every month. Immediately the screaming started. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he went to do a PhD in the end of his life, because maybe he thought, this person has got a PhD, so that's why he's getting so much of funding. But doesn't matter. It's not the money that's important. It's the principle of wanting to go directly against your Guru's orders. And the other problem is envious God brothers. If somebody has been chosen to lead something, and he was empowered by Srila Prabhupada to do it, then every other scientist comes along and becomes a competitor of him, make their own BI. Everybody has a BI. Yes, all unauthorized. And the original BI is languishing somewhere in some court case in Bombay. And I got so damned angry with this Garuda Das, Professor Graham Swig, who dared to ask me, why do you keep mentioning Bhaktivedanta Institute in this dear forum of mine, where he wants to keep analyzing, editing? Professor Graham, do you go into the library and find any dead man's book and start editing it? Please go and see a psychiatrist. You ask me, I don't see what's the connection with $5 million and counting, 10,000 every month. And then you have the cheek to say, I'm a BI founding member. Yes, another competitor, all these scholars. All they ever want is to have their name published in a prestigious journal or in a conference proceedings alongside with other famous scientists. And they're very eager that their books should be recognized by the mundane community of non-devotional people. Envious of God, brothers? My God. So my preliminary thought was a glorification of His grace, Gurudev Prabhu. who is from Laguna Beach, and many of Prabhupada's disciples who may be in this group must know him. He was a very young boy, at 18, I think, when he became a disciple of Prabhupada. I was very blessed to have his association too. And I liked him so much. I always used to try and get his association. He even employed me once, and I worked as hard as I could, helping him to run his telephone business. But I just liked his association, and we shared an apartment together. Now, how lucky I was, because I showed him that respect, that, oh, you're a disciple of Prabhupada. Because externally he never, wears devotional dress and this and that. But it's what's in the heart that matters.
It's 1:15.
I used to force him to sit in the Vyasa San and give class, even when he's wearing ordinary clothes sometimes. Because the moment he gets a chance to start glorifying Prabhupada and speaking about pure Krishna consciousness, then it was pure nectar coming from his mouth. Anyway, by trying to show some service attitude and respect towards this disciple of Srila Prabhupada, I was blessed, because he was somebody who was not envious of Srila Sripad Maharaj. And by his own example of having a service attitude to try and serve Sripad Maharaj, who was always struggling to try and do all the instructions that Prabhupada gave him, Maharaj felt it was a big burden. Not burden of love. But he was so unhappy that not just the money, but in every way his godbrothers were always obstructing everything he tried to do. And Prabhupada had asked him to do it, but other people want to grab the service away from him. Oh, why? Because it's prestigious, or because, I don't know, I could go on forever. But let me be positive. Thank you, Gurudev Prabhu, for introducing me to Sripad Maharaj. And because of your example of not being envious and of serving him, even though I know you have no respect for all these, what you call them, GBC goons and whatnot. Like once I was a little curious. I said to him, after a few years of seeing their interaction and their relationship, full of sweetness, between Gurudev and my Guru Maharaj. So once I asked Gurudev, when we were still living together, said, Prabhu, how come, many of your godbrothers have no regard for Sripad Maharaj, they just treat him like anything. He doesn't demand any respect from anyone. Like Boj used to joke and say, I'm not into all this awe and reverence nonsense. But I said, how come you show him so much regard and you so wholeheartedly serve him, and we get inspired also to serve? And Gurudev very seriously looked me in the eye and he answered. He said, Dina, me and my godbrothers, we were all running around in our diapers when Prabhupada was around. And then suddenly Prabhupada is gone, and then these fellows with the same dirty diapers, they want to sit on the Vyasa San and, hey, worship me, worship me. He said, we didn't have a clue who Prabhupada was and how to deal with him. We didn't know how to speak with him. We were so uncultured. We did not know how to please him. We had no idea. But I was a young man, and I saw that this person, who always would come every day driving in his car to see Srila Prabhupada, I could see that he was a gentleman and he was very cultured. He was from a Vaishnava family, and he knew very appropriately how to behave with Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was very obviously pleased with him and with the service he did. Scientific preaching. Oh, Sripad Maharaj told me once, Dina, I was always hiding from Prabhupada. I would try to hide in some corner and do some service quietly. And if you would hear, oh, Dr. Singh is in the temple, and he would send someone, go and bring that Dr. Singh to me, and I would be dragged in front of him. I didn't want that. But what can I do? For 7.5 years, Prabhupada non-stop gave me instructions. Maharaj compiled them into a book. He showed it to me once, more than 200 pages. He said, Dina, look, these are all the instructions that Prabhupada gave me. And you know, every single time I have come across one of my godbrothers who has got some service from Prabhupada, I find that that service was also given to me. It was in that list of things. And there is not a single service that I found that any of my godbrothers were given that was not also given to me by Prabhupada, and I've recorded it. And on top of that, there were other services which he gave to me, which I have not come across that he has given to anyone else. And he says, oh, I'm such a rascal now, I think soon I will leave this world. And I cannot do all these services for Prabhupada. I can only, at least from my university, I just want to give a start and a direction, and I hope that in future somebody will fulfill it. It was such an important service Prabhupada gave me, Maharaj said. I remember, I think in the year 2000, during the GBC meetings, as usual, everybody was rude and rough with him. Maharaj once said to me, oh Dina, I am praying for the day I was his personal secretary, so it was in confidence. So Dina, I'm praying for the day they'll kick me out of ISKCON. So what? Maharaj? Why? I think Prabhupada would have been very sad to hear his ISKCON was so bad that his dear disciple, who never gave trouble even to his enemies, was praying, oh, I pray that I get kicked down. He said, why? I said, because my godbrothers are just obstructing everything I do. He said, I put so many nice services and I have so many nice projects. They're all ready to move forward, but I just keep getting sabotaged from my own godbrothers. Never mind if they don't help me. Never mind that they've stolen all the money that Prabhupada has set aside for me. I could go on forever, but let me just end here. I have a Kirtan program to come back for some Kirtan downstairs. Thank you, Gurudev Prabhu. I hope that people will realize these people who have insulted Prabhupada are controlling the money of the BBT. To hell with anything, it's about money. BBT account has to be revived, BBT trustees have to be changed. All those who are involved, all the trustees who failed the GBC trust, GBC is a trust. GBC has been registered as an organization now called some strange name, ISKCON GBC, Society of West Bengal. Nonsense, another bogus sinister movement. GBC is a trust, trustees can be changed, and the beneficiary of the trust should be the ISKCON temples. But the BBT trustees must not be under the control of the GBC and ISKCON. That is written in the BBT founding document. BBT has been closed down, practically. It can't be legally, it's still alive. As long as the beneficiary is alive, the trust is alive. But the assets have all been removed and transferred into BBT, I incorporated, and they won't even tell to my Guru Maharaj, even though he asked for 6 years, they won't even tell. Who are the people controlling the money and making decisions to fund that rascal Raj and to deny my Guru Maharaj the funding he needed to build his universities? Unlimited funding, the Prabhupada gave. When Srila Gauragovinda Maharaj was another great Vaishnava, when he asked Prabhupada for money to build Bhubaneswar, because he said, I'm living in the jungle, I have no money, can I take a loan from you? Prabhupada refused to give him any money. He said, no, you go and ask Krishna for money. But look, Sripad Maharaj, because education must be funded. Don't you see, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted the world to worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His son came and set up the way how to do everything and made newspapers, used the printing press. Prabhupada printed the books and distributed them in all the languages of the world. So what's the next phase? The next phase, Prabhupada said on that day in his room when he first occupied the Bombay Temple, as I described just now, the next phase will be yours, scientific preaching. Modern science is ruining the world. The purity of the consciousness, because it is all based on avidya, the idea that I am this body, therefore I have to enjoy as much as possible. Therefore the science of consciousness needs to be promoted in the same way that it is taught in the Bhagavatam. I can go on. on forever, but may end. Sripad Maharaj was a wonderful soul. Those who know him, Devaki Mataji. Thank you. You too glorified my Guru Maharaj to me without any envy. But many people did not know of his problems. He wanted, the last GBC meeting, he asked them, I'm tired. More than 30 years you all are cheating me and bullying me in the corner. Now I finally want to bring up my problems before the full body of the GBC and tell all my God brothers all my problems. And they told him, no, we will never allow you to do so. We will never allow you in this lifetime to speak to the full body of it. And Guru Maharaj was shocked. He said, why? But I am in good standing. I was appointed for life by Srila Prabhupada. Why won't you allow me? No, we will not allow you. Well, you know, they have embezzled $5 million. They have kicked him out. Gopal Krishna did that. Kicked him out of BI Bombay. You know, just after the temple was opened, Prabhupada wrote a letter to Kamal and even told him personally several times, I want you to give the best part of the Juhu temple complex to Swarup Damodara Das. And Kamal Krishna Maharaj did tell my Maharaj, and what was selected? The whole of the second floor. And I've heard this Leela. Once somebody asked Prabhupada, why did you give the whole of the second floor? You know, Juhu temple, second floor means overlooking the deities, overlooking the temple courtyard. So beautiful, those rooms. Why did you give the whole of the second floor to BI? And what was Prabhupada's answer? Why whole of the second floor? I'm ready to close down the entire 6 acres complex and turn the whole thing into BI. The BI's mission is much more important than ISKCON's mission. Oh, and Professor Shrig, founder member of BI, says, I don't see the connection between community and BI. Professor Shrig, please wake up. Keep on editing books in hell. Hare